Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha, and I hope everyone is having a fabulous Monday. Hold on one second, y'all. I hope everyone's having a terrific Monday. Go ahead and hit the like button. Let everyone know that we are live. Okay. Now, I know a lot has been taking place with the Diddy trial. And so today, I wanted to react to Armand Wiggins did a live on yesterday. And when I tell y'all, it got a little hot in there. Okay. Uh, Armand, I have not seen him smiling that wide and that big, I don't think ever, okay, that he did on this live from yesterday. But there is a dancer or ex-worker that actually had freak offs, several, with, now they haven't called him to be a witness yet, with Diddy and Cassie, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly here, but I guess he got maybe proof and all of that. But I'm gonna say allegedly, and his name is Flash. Okay, and let me also say that this live is for educational entertainment purposes only, and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. And let me just forewarn you that some of the details shared in the live that we're going to react to, hey, were a little raunchy. Okay, he was being real talk for sure. Hey, Rebecca, welcome. Thank you so much for joining, sis. He was being real talk on some things that, okay, Rebecca. Look, I said, I am married, but I'm reporting the news, okay? Um, and so he was maybe giving details, okay? I was a little shocked as far as how many details he was giving. Lord have mercy. But we're gonna get into it. So let me go ahead and pull up the live. Hey Felicia, welcome. Thank y'all for joining, ladies. I know a lot of people are still at work, so they may have to catch the replay. But hey, we're gonna get into it. Okay. All right, here we go.
Don't have Johnson Johnson don't come. So you was like, I gotta go get this oil.
So luckily, it's a CVS on the way to Beverly Hills on La Cienega, 24 hours. So I went in there and I found the three biggest bottles of cocoa butter Johnson & Johnson I could find. I'm talking about, nigga.
Okay, now let me say this too. Right leading up to this point in the conversation, he said that he had gotten a call from a guy that was like a friend or someone at the agency where he worked as a dancer. Y'all, when he was talking, it almost reminded me or made me think about All the Queen's Men. Y'all know it comes on BET and BET Plus with my girl Eva, which is called Madam on the show. The way he described it and what he did reminded me of that because he was like the dancer. He said you have to get ready, no little moves and all of that. And so I was like, because I do watch that. Hey, Queen Tandy, welcome, sis. Thank you for joining. So once he got the call, now this was a shocker to me. He said that he also got a message from Cassie to bring oil. Okay, Diddy is basically a stickler for Johnson and Johnson. He has a particular brand that he likes, so he had to go and find some oil. Okay, now out of all of that oil that was found at his house, how come people didn't get him prepared this night? Did they set him up properly? Because I thought the assistants were responsible for setting up the baby oil. Okay, so now you got the dancer on his way, and he has to stop and get oil. Hey, Real Talk with Pratt is in the building. Thank you for joining.
Hey, Costco side shit.
Are you
Because
serious?
in my mind, I'm thinking like, all right, 50 in gas, 35, 40 in oil. I'm still up 1,400.
How much you
You
spend in oil? $40?
they 32-ounce bottles, bro.
Wow.
I'm buying the big shit, man. I want to make sure they happy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Now, I haven't seen a 32-ounce bottle of I haven't seen a 32-ounce bottle of baby oil, but he was saying that the cost of this whole little freak off session, they were going to give him $1,500. Okay, so now he's deducting expenses. He said that the baby oil cost him about $40. Okay, hey Shelly Shells, hey sis, hey Life, welcome, thank you so much. So $40 for some oil is crazy. That's coming out of his pocket. And guess what? I would have taken that receipt with me to this freak off, and they would have had to reimburse me. Okay. Hey, Kay, welcome. Kay said, hey, Obi and Chad, happy Monday, ladies. About to do dishes. While tuning in, we have a new member to the family, a 9-week-old mini Dashing. Oh, puppy. Oh, well, congratulations, Kay. Wow. Hey, B, thank you for joining, sis. Right. Okay, Rebecca, refund me. I want my complete $1,500.
who gonna offer you 1,500? Like what? You throwing
Uh-huh.
me a super alley oop right now.
Uh-huh.
So
Mine was
I
cheesing.
got the
The
oil. I
whole
get there. I guess everyone who was supposed to know was forewarned. They put me on a little ass elevator. It was like probably maybe this big,
Wait, what is that? Elaborate. We may not, I don't
like
want
an
to know what that
elevator,
means. No, I get
like
that,
one.
but yourself that was supposed to know, so you felt like it wasn't hard getting up there. Like it was just
Oh
like,
nah, that shit was seamless.
so you're
It
saying
was
that it
like,
was already set up, like they knew you were coming, they had it already
oh
worked out.
yeah, yeah,
So like you
yeah.
went to the front door, or did you meet KK, or did you make happen, or you
Nah,
met any
I
of your
just walked.
assistants?
I
Or
walked in. Security
Mhm.
looked at me. He said, "Are you
Hey, you
Flash?" I said,
funny.
"Yeah." He said, "Go to the right and make a quick left. Hop on the elevator." Hopped on the elevator. It's like a little.
Like
It's
Diddy
almost
security or the other regular security, like or like the
probably
building security.
security of the building,
Okay.
right? So I didn't see any of Diddy's security when I was there at all.
Okay.
Um, I get off the elevator.
Now, that in itself is crazy work right there. Okay. Be silly. Somebody, I was so elated, and that's our word for today. If y'all didn't see my short, make sure you check it out. I was so elated last night when I was greasing up my cast iron pan. More oil, more oil. Okay. It was my hubby's Father's Day present. Okay, it's his dream puppy. Oh wow. Okay. Well, that was a wonderful gift. Oh my gosh, girl. So my thing is exactly I was saying that the whole interview. Okay. Now I was saying this is crazy for Diddy. To me, this is dangerous work. Okay. You mean to tell me you and Cassie are at a location and at this hotel and your security is not around? Y'all just inviting random people and they had easy access to just come up to y'all's room like that? That is weird. Rebecca Trump. Okay. I was like, oh my goodness. Yes. His eyes, people were like, have you been smoking tonight, Armand? Armand was in heaven. Okay. I was putting it all in the chat. Like, look at Armand. Shit. So yeah, I just couldn't believe that there was no security, only the security for the hotel. So he said it was seamless. He was able to just get on the elevator. They told him where to go, which room, and so forth. He just went in there.
I walk down the hall, knock on the door. Man, and she opened the door. She had a wig on, and I'm looking and I'm like, damn, I know you. Like I
Okay,
know.
let's stop right here. She had a wig on. What color was the wig?
It was like a red wig. It was like down to probably right here, red, maybe auburn, cherry reddish.
Did it have a
Like,
bang? Was it a swoop? Did it look
yeah.
like a Halloween store wig, or did it look like a
Nah, it looked like one of
Golly.
them wigs where you got a bad bank robbery disguise on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
You
she
know
was
what I mean?
going, she was gonna rob something. She was gonna rob that dick
Right.
and that on. You know, okay.
Yeah.
So she had on, she was incognito. And
Mm.
so what did she have on at the top? Like, was it lingerie? Was her
Um,
titties out? Like, what was it giving?
mm-mm. Man, she had on like this like Chinese themed like robe, short robe when she opened the
Uh,
door. And I'm just looking at her like
were there high heels on, or was it,
she had high heels on. She was fully done up, nigga. I'm like, wow, I get paid to do this.
okay. And so when
So
she opened the door, she said, like, hi, or hey,
she's
or
like, no, she was just like, how you
I
doing?
wanted
I'm
a lot
glad
of
you came.
details.
uh,
So I walk in and I'm like, where'd I get dressed at? And she's like, oh, you won't be needing that. And I'm like, I don't need the bag? Like, okay. So I just put the bag down. And then she's like, let's have a seat. We sat down on the sofa. And that's when I sat down on the sofa, I could see out the balcony. And that's when I noticed, I'm like, okay, we in prime real estate. Cedar Sinai, Beverly Center, you know.
okay. And so when we're inside the house, was it like red lights? Was there plastic everywhere? Was there towels? I mean, was it set up for a freak off? Like, what did it look like? Was it covered in towels and sheets?
It
Or
looked normal. The only thing that wasn't normal about the setup was this. They had a glass table and it literally had like each section had its own drugs. Like they had pills, they had weed, they had some other like, I bring my own weed.
okay,
So, you know,
Now, the reason he asked about the towels, they said that allegedly at these freak offs, they have to put towels and things over like the tables and linen and so forth because of the oil. Okay, I don't know what they are doing with all the oil, whether they're squeezing out the oil and just going crazy and splashing it everywhere that you have to cover up everything. I don't know. Okay, but Armand was taking me out with all of these questions. Okay, he wanted to know the exact thing on every little thing. Kay said, not a Halloween wig with all their money. Diddy not getting off on her looking homeless. Okay, she probably had to buy it herself. Hi, Cancer 66. Welcome. Thank you for joining. She said, I'm listening from the bushes because I'm at work. I got you. I definitely, excuse me, understand. I had to go live at this time, y'all, because I have a meeting coming up, and also I have to take my kids somewhere after that. So I was like, let me do my live now because I wanted to do this last night, but y'all, I was so sleepy. It was a long day yesterday. Oh my gosh, not a long day like we went a lot of places, but just waking up early. The first part of the day was a long day. Hey, Teresa, welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, so then he said, when he gets in there, you have a buffet of rugs. Y'all know what I'm saying? A buffet. Okay, any rug you want, it's on the table. Okay, he didn't see linens in this first part. It was the living room little area, if you have a suite, and then you had the bedroom further, back. So when he walked in there, he said it was just all looking normal, but they had the rugs on the table, a whole buffet.
I don't fuck around. So I just smoke my own shit. They didn't make me do anything, but she's like, it's here. I'm like,
so it
I'm
was
good.
cocaine, Molly,
All that.
whatever,
And some pink crystal shit.
the ketamine.
I don't even know.
Okay. And
I
so
just
you
know
just
that
sat on a regular couch. It wasn't covered, like it, because they were also saying
no,
they covered everything in towels and stuff. So that's not true.
that's inside the bedroom.
Oh, okay, okay. So we're not in the
The
bedroom yet.
bedroom, the
Okay.
bedroom looked way different than the living room.
Okay, so the living room was just regular, like the pre-party.
Thanks,
Now,
Teresa.
did they have any smells? Were there any candles, or was there burning
In the
heated
bedroom, in the
oil?
bedroom, in the
Oh,
bedroom.
okay, so we're not there
Everything
yet.
was in the
Okay.
bedroom. Only thing that
Okay.
was outside in the living room was a laptop, and
Oh, y'all, that's a good point, Rebecca. Yes. You have to basically be careful with stuff like that. Cause y'all remember when Kid Cudi showed up when he was having that meeting with Diddy, and he said Diddy was like a villain and standing there like he was some type of Marvel villain, and he started offering him water. Okay. He didn't take it. He offered it to him again. And to me, I felt like something was up in that water. Okay. I don't know why I keep having that's just my opinion. And I'm glad the Kid Cudi did drink it. And this guy, he was smart about that too. He said he takes his own rugs. He smokes marijuana or whatever. But because you don't know what the other stuff is, what it's laced with, and all of that. And like he said in the other room, that's when it has all the candles because Diddy, Armand says, Diddy, he likes to have his own lights and red lights and candles and all of this different stuff. So that was in the other room, he's saying. Right, exactly, Rebecca. I would have been a little leery of that too.
all the shit on the table.
Okay, so you're sitting in the living room, the shit is on the table, and then what happens?
All right, so I come in, I sit down, and I'm just in my head. I'm just like, damn, this motherfucker's fine as hell.
Hmm.
I sit down, and then she
So my
sits down on the
cats.
sofa, so I'm facing her like this, and she's like, "Can I see your phone?" So I give her my phone, and she turns it off. She's like, "You mind?" I said, "Does it matter?" And she's like, "My husband and I, we like to do role playing, and he likes to give instructions, and he likes to see men dominate me that are of physical stature." And I'm like, "No problem." I'm like, "So are we gonna fuck?" Because I ain't bring no rubbers, and I don't give a fuck how fine you is, bitch. We not, hey, I'm not. No way,
So
it ain't
what are
happening.
you thinking every time that she keeps mentioning her husband? Like, have you done husband and wife before, or are you just kind of okay with it? You're used to it, or what? You just like,
So during these sessions, Cassie, I guess, sometimes referred to Diddy as her husband. Okay. And it was also stated that when he would sign in at some of these hotels, he would do it under Frank Black, okay, an alias. And so sometimes she was Mrs. Black and things like that. So he's looking now. One thing is she took his phone and turned it off. She did not want him, they didn't want him to record anything, whether it's audio, video, or anything like that. So she took his phone and turned that off. Let's see. Rebecca said a rubber. They had rubbers. I hope. Yes, it's he gonna get to that part because he thought he was just going there doing his little dancing and stuff like that. But then he looking like she could have been dressed like this, and she talking about a husband. Okay, am I going to what? We getting down like that? So he just threw the question out there. Okay, but the husband hasn't appeared.
Not
are
on
you
that
into
scale.
men
Like,
too, or
oh nah, not at
okay?
all, not at all. But I mean, I respect it because I have a younger brother who's in that community heavy.
Hmm.
Um, you know, just my preference is pussy. I mean,
Okay. Hey, yeah, I told you
you know,
don't say
yeah,
that.
my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like women a lot.
Okay. So she
Like,
mentions her and her husband, and the husband wants to see you dominated. Now, was the husband there at this time, or did you see, or this is just a
he was in the room.
prerequisite? He was in the
This
room. Okay.
this is like she's like screening me to see if I'm okay with all of this, like how I'm gonna react. I'm already knowing how because she asked me after she took my phone and turned it off. She gonna ask me, "Are you clean?"
I took two things that I love, dancing and dogs, and I made them into a successful business.
I'm like,
Ooh.
what a dumbass question. Like, what nigga? What a dumbass question. Like, what nigga would even if But niggas gonna say, yeah, bitch, I got gonorrhea, the clap, herpes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no way. I said, if you get my phone back, I could, because at this time you could log in and show you and show your medicals.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? She's like, oh, don't even trip, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right. So she said, I'll be back.
Good catch, Kay. But wow, so he was willing to pull up his my chart, okay, with his medical records, to prove that he didn't have anything. That's a lot. Because my thing is, Cassie was asking him this allegedly, like, who, like he said, who was going to admit that though? Y'all playing a dangerous game. Okay. No one's going to admit if they have herpes or AIDS or anything like that. And some of those things you can't tell if a person has it just by looking at them, you know. Okay, right. She said I'm sus about his word structure there. His preference. Armand was looking. That's funny. Okay, good catch.
And about probably this how I figured out where I was at. So I'm smoking my weed. I'm waiting for her to come back. She don't come back for a minute.
Like, what's a minute?
Like an hour.
So you're sitting in the living room for an hour, and it's just a bunch of drugs on a table. Do you have clothes on?
I'm still dressed. I got a V-neck on, Levi's, my Timbs, like my Yankee fitted, and I got my blade in my boot. You know what I mean? I'm posted.
And at this time it's 6 a.m. The sun is coming up.
It's probably closer to 7. Because
okay.
I wake up, and when I wake up, I'm like, damn, I really am here. Like, you know how you
like I'm still here. I'm really here.
So I noticed that the music was off. So I get up and I go press the space bar on the laptop.
What music was playing? What music was playing?
It was just a mix of like Spotify or something.
Okay.
And as soon as I touch it, she literally came out and slammed the laptop shut and said, please don't touch anything. And I'm like, damn, that shit was fast. Like they had to have it, like they had to be watching me. But I was able to see the Bad Boy logo. And when I saw the Bad Boy logo, all of these thoughts that my homie had told me, I was like, wow, this is fucking Puff Daddy. I was like, this shit crazy.
Now, my thing is, I think, well, I don't know. How did they see him so fast? And for an hour, they just let the dude just sit out there. I wonder, did they have some of those little mini cameras? You know what I'm saying? For him to be able to see it so fast and her to come and slam the computer down. Because she did surrender her laptops and things like that. So we do know that she probably had some sensitive information on there, especially if it has the Bad Boy logo. Okay. So they definitely were trying to see if they could trust him, to see if he was going to probably touch some of the rugs that's on the table, to see if he's going to start going through the laptop that was on the table. So they were probably trying to see what he was going to do. And they had to have been watching him. Hey, I'm Chosen. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining.
As soon as I figured out who he was, I knew who she was.
So the music stopped playing. Then you went to hit the space bar. You saw the Bad Boy logo, and she slammed the computer down.
I'm talking about quick.
Don't touch nothing.
Nigga. She said, please don't touch anything. She was always polite. Like very like, she was never a real bitch to me.
Did you ever feel like through that process, just up until this point where you are right now, where she didn't want to do it?
Nah, because for me, I wouldn't even be able to perform if I'm feeling like the woman is under duress or some shit. It doesn't excite me. Like, that's why I tell niggas.
Remember college? Well, now college is over.
You go on dating apps, I go to Walmart, meaning that victory loves preparation. So I feel like she was feeling me because I've been working on this my whole life. I didn't come out the womb like this. I've had to read a lot of books. Like I said, I bought all those fucking mirrors. I watched hours of hip rolling and dancing and Sierra, and just being a fly on the wall, doing all these parties. You really learn women. I know women so well. I've talked my friends in relationships. I've talked them out of relationships. I've talked them in the pussy, and I've talked them out of pussy. Literally, they'll send me the text message. I tell them what to say. Grandmother and my mother. Like, I bullshit you not. I got a great education.
So when she comes back, and so and when you wake up an hour later, how are you greeted? Like,
oh, so after she slammed the laptop shut, she asked me if I want something to drink, and I'm like, I'm good. I brought my own, I brought my water bottles. You know what I'm saying? I got water bottles in my bag. And then she's like, we'll be ready for you in like 10 minutes. So she was like, you could get comfortable, which meant basically take the V-neck off. I still had a white beater on.
Okay.
So I took the V-neck off, put it on my bag. They come and get me. And
did anybody do a line before they went to the room? Was there anybody?
Nah, I never saw them do no drugs though. But I did used to wonder. I'm like, yo, because she would call me at like 2:33 in the afternoon, and she'd be like, hey, are you free later? And I'm like, okay, later. To most people, it's like 11, 12 o'clock. To them, it's like 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. They had hella batteries, nigga. Like, I'm like, how the fuck did they be going like this? But
okay, but let's go back. Okay, so boom, we're ready for you in 10 minutes. So then get comfortable. You get comfortable. You keep the Levi's on, you keep the shoes on, and you keep the tank top on. Okay, and now what?
So I walk in the room, and as soon as you walk in the room, I notice three things. I notice every piece of furniture, from the lighting to the bed to the carpet, everything, the dresser, everything was covered in white towels. Everything.
Okay.
White towel, like hotel towels, everything, because of the baby oil.
Okay.
So there's
and did you come in with the baby
Rich,
oil?
wait,
Like,
no,
I didn't. Nah.
Okay.
I handed her the bag when I got there of the 3 bottles.
So there's that part, y'all. And I think too, because even in court today, yes, Rich, wait, this one's name is Splash. Now he hasn't testified on the trial. I don't know I doubt if they're gonna call him, but he hasn't testified. Some of the other ones have, but y'all, one reason I also think he uses a lot of the white towels is, I know during court today they were talking about like the expensive, they show like text messages with his former CEO KK, and they were talking about the high prices or expenses that they had at these hotels, okay, because of the damage, oil on the floor, oil on the curtains. Oh, I saw last week one of the assistants said they sent a text message saying that they had slipped and fell 2 times on the oil trying to clean up the hotel room after they left, after Diddy and his guests left. Okay, so who's doing workman's comp? Okay, you got your assistants slipping and sliding while you've been gliding all night. Okay, like that is crazy work. So I guess they were trying to decrease the amount of damage by putting these white towels over everything. Right, Queen Tandy? Girl, my heart was racing. When I was looking at it, my heart started racing. Okay. I'm like, oh my God. That seems so unsexy to me. I would have to be blasted out my mind to even access that energy in my body. Yes. Because my thing would have been, what is going on with all these white towels everywhere? Okay. So that would have been my question, my wondering as I'm entering this room. And so she had already taken the oil to the bedroom that he bought. She had already taken that back.
So I know he had his own personal bottle. I know
so
that.
Diddy even had a personal bottle of baby oil.
Yeah.
Now was he covered in the towel, or was he hold on.
Hey, poolside. Look at Armand got to act
Yeah.
out.
Nah,
Was he in a town, or was that nigga
hell
like,
nah.
or,
That
or
nigga
was he
Diddy
like
is
this?
crazy. Yo, oh, yo,
Or was he covered in a towel?
hell no.
Diddy
I'm
crazy.
Yo,
you said everything was covered in a towel. So I'm like, was he wrapped in a towel?
yo,
Or
that
was he
nigga was
like,
not. He wasn't wrapped in it. Yo, I swear to you, like I walked in and you went, and when you walk in the room, the bed is literally right to your right in front of you. And then if you keep going to the right, it's a corner where there's like a lazy boy chair.
okay,
That's where that nigga was. He's like the mob boss.
just
But
sitting
I
back? But what did he have anything over? Like he was just sitting back
bruh,
like this with
yeah,
baby oil.
bro, he had that on. He had the motherfucking he had a hoodie
Oh no,
on,
Jasmine,
a
this
black
is
hoodie,
Flash.
pulled with the straps all the way to his face, with
Bottle of baby oil
Celine glasses on, and no pants, no bottom,
and no
butt naked,
draws.
nothing, not a towel.
Yeah, Diddy is sick. That man needs some help. Okay. For those of you who are just coming in, welcome. This is Flash. He was one of the dancers that actually engaged in not just one freak off with Cassie and Diddy, um, but multiple. Okay. Look at Bullseye. But Kay said, I'm just trying to put myself in a cleaner's mentality. Already knowing these people are nasty and then slipping on some fluids. Hell no. Okay. You don't know what you about to touch up in there. Okay. I wonder why did he have such crazy sex desires? I want to know if something happened to him when he was young. Ridgeway, I'm telling you, I believe so. And whatever, and I've been saying this, and hey, one day I hope it comes out so I can confirm what I've been believing. I just truly believe that whatever happened to him, in my opinion, now, this is not anything that I know to be fact, has something to do with some baby oil and then something to do with somebody giving instructions. I don't know if that's where this came from, that maybe perhaps somebody was giving him or somebody else some instructions on what to do, and they must have loved some oil. Okay, because baby, he has his own personal bottle. That wasn't enough. They called this guy, asking you to stop by the store and get some more oil, more oil, more oil. Okay. So she walked in there. This guy sees Diddy. Like I love the way he says it. Sitting to the side. Okay, so Armand is acting out what Diddy, was looking like when this guy walks in. He said he didn't have on nothing. Okay, with this face mask trying to conceal himself. Right, Shelly? Girl, I was like, huh? Okay, that was supposed to be Cassie's husband in quotations. Okay. Yes, he is. I watch him every day, his recaps every day when he goes. Let's see. Seems like the white would be off-white, beige, yellow, or tan. Wait a minute. Not or tan after all of that stuff. Girl. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see when our mom puts girl. More oil, more oil. Corporate Thug and Mika is in the building. Welcome, sis. Thank you so much for joining. Gotta lube it up because ain't that much drive in the world. It's an addiction at this point. Exactly. Thank you for joining, sis. Oh my God. Armand is
Not like
Wait a minute. So the nigga, hold on, we got to do this. So the nigga, I got to just see this in my mind.
I'm a visual person too, though.
So this nigga had on a hoodie.
A hoodie.
I got to do this because I got to paint the picture for my people. So you telling me that Diddy was in the lazy boy chair like this. I'm just trying to paint the picture. So he had this on like this.
Pull tight if you have the threat.
I can't pull it tight, and I ain't got the right glasses, but we just gonna see. I just gotta give him a visual. So he was like this. Hold on. We gonna do this. Cause I need to really do the scene.
With the Celine
whole
glasses
shit.
on.
This nigga was like this and like this with the thing pulled tight like this with nothing else on.
Nothing.
And it just baby oil.
Bro, he was greased up. But he was sitting down.
And he was sitting down gooning like this.
He was just sitting down. He didn't say shit to me. Like, it was funny because the first few times I saw them, he never spoke to me at all. And
this didn't scare you though? When you saw a nigga sitting like this don't look scary to you? Like, what the fuck is this nigga doing?
Nigga, I keep it, man. I'm not like he's a decent sized nigga. Like, he was 6'1", probably.
Baby, he wasn't hot up in that. Okay. He was trying to really be concealed. Yes, bullseye. I believe so too. Someone had a theory too that it's probably why he doesn't like women and dogs the women out like that. The more he talks about, the more you hear from a lot of these dancers and these ex-workers, seems as though he was more into them than the women. I think he just uses the women to hide who he really is. Okay, it's like a little beard when he goes out. But during these little sessions, he's probably just looking more so at the guys and what they doing. Okay, the woman's just there. Okay, it's really in his mind, y'all. I can't even describe the stuff that he probably thinking. But I would have been scared. Okay, like what are we doing? Okay, I'm surprised. Hello, all YouTube T. Something. Okay, I'm thinking some of them have got to have something. Now, they probably not going to talk about it, but it's something with all these people just doing this, just everywhere with all these different folks. And somebody said if he does get off the embarrassment from this doggone trial, people know what he likes to do. Hey, take it, go, bye. People knows what he likes to do, and all of that, that's embarrassing. Okay. People know that you sick, what you'll be embarrassed for life after this trial, even if you do get off. Sorry to be graphic, but his release probably sucked after a while, getting everything you crave all the time. He was bored. Yep. Exactly. I agree, Kay. Girl, I'm done with our Okay, Armand can't get past that look. He couldn't. Yes, bullseye. That's what I think. The red shades taking he had to cover his eyes and everything. And somebody also said in the chat that a lot of these celebrities doing that. Yes, exactly. Like, what are we doing? Okay. He looks like a video game character set on random. I'm telling you, y'all, and all jokes aside, in his mind, and he said it on the video before, he believes that his life is a movie. He said it before on the video. I'm gonna have to find that video. Diddy, he feels like he's in a movie, that his life is a movie. He could have easily taken this to the pornographic video sector, okay, and produce his own videos. Get people who are willing to do that. But the women you with, why are you putting them in that position? There are women who are looking for jobs to do stuff like that. Okay, so my thing is, he just thinks like Kid Cudi said, he looked like he was standing there like he's a whole Marvel villain. Okay, he wanted the role that Chadwick Boseman had as James Brown. He thinks that he's an actor. Sir, this is real life. Okay, this is your real life. You're not an actor in a movie. He thinks he is, though. That's why he does all this, has this wild imagination, all this different stuff that he wants to do, and he wants to put it into real life. But in his mind, it's a movie. They say he gave Cassie a crunchy cookie from all Him. Hey, I would believe it. After all of this, they doing too much.
215, 220, but I really
And in
wasn't
my
worried about
mind,
that.
wouldn't you think, nigga, all this hiding, you definitely somebody.
I already knew who he was when I saw the laptop.
Bullseye.
The new Monster
I
Breakfast
agree,
Burrito
Bullseye.
for only
Something
$4.99. Part of the
strange
TC
happened.
Meal Deals.
I
Only
wonder
at
if he'll
Taco
ever find
Cabana.
out. I don't know.
You might know Harbor Freight for affordability. What you might not know is performance.
Okay, and so he's sitting back like this. Now keep going.
All right, so
Right, Kay?
she as I walk in the room, he's
Mhm.
narrating, like telling her, like, damn baby, you picked a good one. You like them niggas, huh? The
Oh,
Mandingo niggas. I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking like this nigga's fucking ill. But
wait a
whatever.
minute. Hold on. Now I gotta come out of it because now
Look
we
at
gotta get into
her.
it. Wait, Mandingos. Wait, hold on.
He's trying to be nosy now.
Hold on. Excuse me. Okay, now we're back. I have to get into it. Sorry. So he's telling her, so he's sitting and so you just start getting that. You can't just get into that right there. So you start getting undressed. And how did he see the Mandingo? Where were you facing? What was happening? You gotta start this. What happened? No.
All right,
Go back.
so I think he was referring to Mandingo by a tall, big nigga. Like, I'm
Okay.
6'2", 240. I hadn't even took unbuckled my fucking belt yet. She hadn't even unbuckled my belt. And she was like, yes, daddy. She was like, you want to undress that nigga? And so she pulled my white beater off. And she's like, oh, what that nigga up the way you like? So she put the
Oil that
baby
nigga.
oil.
Diddy said this. Diddy said oil that nigga up. And so are you facing Diddy? Are you facing Cassie? Are you
Nah,
like how are you in the room?
he's sitting over my left shoulder in the chair about 8 feet away. Like,
Okay, to the side.
posted, like doing
Behind
shit.
you or to the side?
Like I can see him behind me,
Okay.
but he's
So is your back towards
off
him?
Yeah, exactly. So she's laying on the bed, like
Exactly.
on her missionary style.
Uh-huh.
I'm in between her. Mind you, I never take my boots off. So as I'm in between her, she hops up and she's rubbing the oil on me, and
Now you got boots on the ground in your Timberland. Baby, you got boots on the ground in the Timberlands. Okay. Armand needs a whole diagram. Okay. But I love Armand though, because y'all, I was tickled. I was in that chat last night. I couldn't type fast enough. Child, the way he was asking the question, people said, stay in the light, Armand. He was asking the hard question that everybody want to know. Like, we don't want to seem too freaky, like we getting into it. But notice that Diddy's position was behind the man. Okay? What his viewpoint was. Yeah, he wants an all paint. He wants you to map it out. But what did he say? Well, how was he putting it on? What was he looking like? What's the expression on his face? Well, did he say something else? Like, yeah, okay. He said he had none but the boots on. I'm done. I missed that part. Diddy wants to be an adult film director, but it's too taboo because he wants to be looked at. Oh, that's a good point. Now that's a good point, Jasmine. I never thought about that.
And she's like, pull that nigga dick out. Yeah, pull that nigga. Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Who said that? Diddy?
Yes.
Oh, he wanted some dick that day. So it was like
she was. Well, he's like, I know you want to see it. I know you want that motherfucker. Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, we're definitely fucking. And then I start tripping because, like I said, I'm not very backing yo, and I want my money. I'm not very backing yo. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I don't need that anxiety. I don't need it.
I'm not barebacking you home. It's crazy.
Nah,
Like,
fuck that.
what?
Stop
Okay,
playing.
and so Diddy is saying, okay, so let's get back. So, you like those mandigos, baby. Yeah. Oh, that nigga up. You want to pull
Yeah.
that dick out. Pull his dick out.
So she unlocked the Gucci belt. Hit the flies. I had the Levi fly bottoms, fly joints
Mm-hmm.
on. The ones with
Uh-huh.
the multiple. The shit. She pulled my shit out, nigga. She's going to work.
And wait, so she just starts sucking it.
He was like, "Yeah, suck that shit, bitch." She like it. I'm like, "Whoa."
Oh.
She's like, "Yes, like yes, like oh my god." Like, she's like, he's like, "Taste
So
that."
she like, oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah. It was
This is
it was like I
crazy.
said, it was better than I expected because usually them ugly, I mean, chicks that are like on that rated level, their head game is fucking trash.
Okay, so
Usually,
pretty girls don't give good head.
not really,
Okay.
Well,
not really,
dang.
not in my experience.
So
Some
did
do.
the
Wait a minute. First he said she was pretty, but then he said, I guess he was saying usually the pretty girls like her don't do it the right way. It is very crazy, Rich. Wait. So he said ugly girls girls gotta give sir. Okay, I've seen some people in different lives of people covering the trial. I'm like, how? Yes. Okay, me. Generalization. Okay, he right. I'm the one. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they must be trolling. Y'all, viewer discretion is advised. Don't let your kids be around. I told mine get out. Okay. Because it's a lot of grown up imagery, language, and so forth in conversation. But yeah, I didn't know that. Now that's not 100% cases. Okay. I know her husband got to be swinging in the air. Oh, Ridgeway, that was something that I was thinking about last night too. I'm like, now this woman is married with children. Okay, right about now. But you have people because of this trial, they on live right now talking about what you did during your freak offs. Okay, that's embarrassing. I'm like, please shut off YouTube, the TVs, everything for a good year. Okay, right, Jasmine. Okay, he probably been. He said he been doing this for a while though. And he also said, because I don't know if this part, I think this is towards the beginning, he stated that the money that he received during these freak offs actually funded his new home. That's how he got his new house. Okay, he used the money that he was earning from because he was actually a dancer, so he's getting paid through that, and he had these freak offs, and then he also gets endorsements from that t-shirt that he has on, the company that makes those shirts. They he gets endorsements from them because of his muscle things. Yeah, he sounds like he's had a lot of women. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he is in it for the money. He's already said that. He likes, but he said he also worked hard to get to what he does. He said that he's not just your typical dancer. He like those dancers on All the Queen's Men. Do y'all watch All the Queen's Men? Because I know I do. But anyways, he said he learned like how they have to do dances, and you can't be boring. Madam don't go for that. Okay. So he said he put in a lot of work. He bought mirrors and he watched videos on how to, do the hips and all this different stuff. So yeah, he just said this is his craft. He does this. This is something that he does do. Oh, the husband, yes. Oh, you think the husband is in it for the money? Well, bullseye. Ooh. Okay. And because I talked about this on another live with that, I feel like that man does not have Diddy's money. Okay. She was looking for a good amount of money for her deal, her record deal, and stuff like that she did not get. So she found a way to still get what was owed to her in her mind. And these lawsuits came really after they had been married for a little bit. Okay. How else were they going to get some money? Okay. Because now, hey, she probably felt she was blacklisted. So she wrote the book thinking she was going to get paid off of that. That didn't work out. So I have all this evidence that she started probably stacking evidence. Okay. And let me just go ahead and turn all this over and get my settlement money. And then had the tape that was released and put out. Now let me sue them too. Okay, there go my 30 million right there that she originally wanted. Now they have money. So if he's still doing his personal training business, he can still do this, but at least now they got money stacked in the bank. It wasn't gonna be Diddy money. Diddy is a whole billionaire. So I get what you're saying.
Did the jeans drop, or she just pulled it through the hole, or like the
Nah,
zipper
jeans
part?
dropped.
Okay.
Jeans dropped. She
So now
dropped.
ass and back is facing Diddy.
Right.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Wow.
And that nigga is over there going to work, boy.
Going to town.
I'm telling he like
You got a big booty
what's his
too?
name?
Is it
Who?
like, was it like you?
Hey,
What's the big
Glenn,
was it
He
like
didn't
a
touch
lump
me.
shaker?
You know
This
what's
is a
funny
lie.
is I didn't even know that women looked at that shit until I danced. I didn't even know about legs and ass and that. I didn't know any of that. So I ain't struggling.
Okay.
but
So now Diddy is getting the back visual, but directing her, because they said this in court. They said that he would direct it as if it was a scene. So everything that you're saying
he
is
would.
corroborating what she's saying. So I'm hearing the Rico, because it's like everything that is being said in court is like you're telling us. So he would direct her, but what I'm not hearing is that she just hated this stuff. Her hopping on you and doing all this and then suck it, bitch, and all of that. And so how did it, when she was sucking it, she sucked it like she wanted to be there, is what you're saying?
She ain't suck it like it was no like garlic bread or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a tamarindo. Nigga, she like, I mean, it was cool, but it wasn't sustained like that. Because after that, the nigga was, like I said, he was going to work like John Henry versus
Like
a machine,
fast.
like going to work. And then he hopped up and he goes into the back and he walks past me. And so as I'm laying, I'm standing on the bed like this, right?
Yeah.
She's up. He walks by me. The first door is a door.
Back up a little bit so we can see. We can't really get into it. Let me see. Back.
Look at
Okay,
our
there we go.
mind.
Yes.
So
yes.
He walks past me, walks to the bathroom, turns the lights on, walks out, and goes
Can
like
you give
this.
us the stomach visual? Yeah. Oh, wow. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
now what? And you have. Go ahead.
He comes out the bathroom and he flicks the gold condom in the air, and that shit was in slow motion, bro. I'm telling you, like this shit landed on my right hand. I'm looking at it like, okay, they prepared.
So he just walked past you and threw the condom like, fuck her now.
Right. He's like, you want that dick, bitch? I'm like, oh wow.
Wow.
And excuse the vulgarity. I'm trying to censor
Yeah, I
it.
know. At this point, we're not getting monetized. Y'all need to deposit your checks, but keep going with the story.
So thankfully it was the ecstasy joints. So they got the extra lube on them. So, I'm able to play with my shit.
So my thing is, I put his IG, if y'all want to follow Flash. I put his IG in the chat. Not that Diddy is still in character. Okay. Throwing the gold condom in the air like it better be hard. Sir, sit down somewhere. Like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. But yes, that's his IG for those of you who were asking. The shoe fits Armand extra stomach visual. He obliged. Okay, you clocking it.
But as I'm getting it on, I'm getting it going. This nigga just starts going like overtime. Like pow, pow. And I'm
You
just
heard
hearing
it?
him like, bro, I'm hearing him. He's beating his dick so hard. And I'm sitting there and it's so distracting. And I'm like, I got this fine ass like bitch in front of me. And finally, after a minute, I'm half mass. I'm getting it in, but it ain't like in. The nigga hops up, half dressed, storms out the room. As he leaves the room, he says, "Dick better be hard, loud as fuck." And I was
Like,
like,
so he had got upset and like stormed out, said, that dick better be hard.
bruh, like, and like I looked down to make sure I had my blade because I was like, "Oh, $150 this nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I will cut. I will,
Oh.
I will cut this nigga, dog." Like, I'm not.
So he
Mm-mm.
had got upset because she was taking to get
Yeah,
hard. Like, what do you think that was for?
I mean that ain't no regular type shit, nigga. Like, you got to think. I went to college, nigga. I never ran no trains or none of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not used to a nigga just over here just beating his meat while I'm trying to
Yeah,
knock the chick down. That shit is strange.
Right.
Like
yeah.
I wasn't ready for that. I came there under the pretense that it's a show,
Mm-hmm.
so a show
Rich.
isn't, you know, doing a porno
Mm-hmm.
on Doheny. But so after he leaves and he says that, she looks at me and she looks at me like Bambi and she doesn't say anything, but her eyes tell me everything. She's like, "It's okay." And so I'm like, "All right, I got you." After about 3 minutes, I'm in there. Man, I got the legs. Bow, I'm getting it. It's quenching up Mountain Dew.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So you finally got him to stand up. Did Diddy walk back in the room?
No. So check this out. After about, I say about 20 pumps, I'm really like I'm just getting in it. I hear the same noises, but I don't see the nigga walk back in the room. And I
Mm-hmm.
have to see you walk back in the room because I'm facing that way. And the pussy's not very good to where nigga I'm blinded. No, nigga, you got a trap door. The
Uh-huh.
nigga has a trap door in the house, bro. He ended up behind me.
He just
That's
appeared. You
scary.
know he does that. That nigga just comes out of nowhere and appears on niggas. I'm
Like
here.
the leprechaun. Like the leprechaun beating this shit again, nigga. And I'm sitting there
So he left one way out the front, but then he didn't. But then he appeared behind you.
again.
Ooh,
After
better be
I'm
glad he
in it.
didn't try to take your ass. But go
No,
ahead.
he was sitting down.
Oh my
After
God.
that, she, I don't, like I said, I ain't never really made no shit come in 90 seconds. So she either faked it or she just ain't
Faked
had
it.
it before. I don't know. But he was
So
like,
she
"Yeah, bitch."
netted. She came in 90 seconds,
Like after he came back in, I was only in it for like a minute and a half.
Oh,
and she was
I
hooping and
didn't like
hollering, or was she like out of it,
nah
or
look at
she
Armand.
was just making the noises. She wasn't loud and shit like
Right,
oh, so it was
Ridgeway.
like she didn't want to. Like what I'm saying is though, because she would say she would just let it happen because she didn't want to be there. So was she
oh
just doing like
nah
a or was it oh daddy baby, or was like
nah she moaned like I said, if she wasn't feeling it, if I got the type of energy, I'm not gonna, man, I don't press these hoes at all. There's
Oh
mm-hmm.
no
my
way.
gosh.
Because I don't, first of all, I don't want to be in this situation.
Uh-huh.
Second of all, if a bitch don't like me, a bitch must not like men. You know what I'm saying? I say what I say because
Okay.
I can. But
Armand said, okay.
I never got that feeling, especially being that she hit me up a couple of times when he wasn't even in the fucking United States, And I'm like, are you supposed to be fucking
Well, hold on. We're gonna get to that in a second. So after we're gonna get to that. So she nutted, whatever. And what is Diddy doing now?
busting? Then he starts commentating again, asking her like, so you want that nigga to come on your face or come on your stomach?
What?
Oh,
And what are
Bruh,
you doing after she nutted? So you just kind of standing there like, now what?
I'm just
I'm just y'all. Like a whole, he was really directing a movie. The dude leaves out, throws a whole temper tantrum when the guy couldn't get hard fast enough. Then he comes back, eases back in. Like that would be weird to me. I would have been scared. Okay. So I don't know if Cassie was just trying to hurry up and get it over with or what, or if he was that good, you know. But now it's to the point he has to direct this last little part. Like that would be weird to me. I wouldn't be able to concentrate because I would be looking at you crazy. Like, what is going on? Okay.
just like I'm like, usually I'm the type of nigga where I go to the bathroom and wash my hands before I take the rubber off. So
Okay.
I'm quick thinking, I'm like, okay, damn. I reach down, grab one of the towels, and I flick that bitch off real quick.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to work, nigga. I'm a lefty. You know what I
Me
mean?
too.
So had to go to work. I was trying to think of anything, but the crazy part was it was harder for me to nut than to get it up. Like I was just sitting there, just like, fuck, hurry up. Then I felt it in the kneecap. You know, once it hit the kneecap, it's over with. So that shit, that
Stupid.
shit, that shit Pompeii there, nigga.
Wait, so wait. So Diddy said, where do you want it? And where did she say?
On my stomach, daddy.
And so where were you? So she was calling you daddy or Diddy daddy? Or
Diddy.
both? Oh, Diddy.
Diddy.
So he was behind. So was she laying on her back? Was she on her knees?
She
Was
was
she
always
on like,
she was always missionary except for when she got up there with the oil on me in the
so
beginning.
she's laying on the bed, missionary. Are you standing over? Are you like one leg in it? Or are you like over
Nah,
it? Like, how are you doing it?
Oh my
like
god.
this,
Just right
You
there.
gotta have
like
details.
this. But
Oh
when I
my
was jerking
God.
off,
Yes, about to shoot on her. Yes.
when I was jerking off, I was standing over her, and that shit just like Pompeii her whole like probably from here down to here, and I was mad
Oh,
because
so
she
you
had a
shot it everywhere. It's like it was a shoot
yeah,
or like a ooze.
Uh-uh.
it was like a shotgun splatter, nigga. So
Wow.
That,
bye. Yo,
that's that.
hey yo, but see
Yo.
me being a gentleman, I reached down and try to grab one of those, and she's like, "Oh no, you shower now," and I'm like,
Wait, you
"Huh?
went out for a minute. You went out for a minute. Your thing glitched. So you said you
Oh
went.
no,
Go ahead.
go
Right,
ahead."
Jasmine. Mm-hmm.
I
No.
didn't
So
hear
when you
no.
went to grab the towel, what happened?
Oh, so I grabbed a towel and I went to try to wipe the shit off, right? And
Uh-huh.
she's like, "Oh no, that's okay. You can go take a shower now." And I'm like, "Okay, nigga, you talk about one of the quickest showers a nigga ever took. I didn't even put
Uh-oh, we breaking
my
up. We
socks
losing
back
it.
on.
We're losing it a
I
little
didn't
bit.
put
Hold
a
on,
dry
hold
my
on.
feet.
Hold
I
on,
got
bring it back. I'm gonna drop you and bring it back because we're losing them just a little bit. His service just
all
a
right.
little bit grainy. Okay, we brought you back. Okay, so it was the quickest shower. There you go. So it's the quickest shower you ever took. Okay,
hmm
go ahead.
Quickest shower I ever took. I get dressed and I'm thinking like, oh shit, like it's like 12:30 p.m. I've been gone all day. I'm thinking
Dang.
like, damn, I turn this phone back on.
So if you think about it, he got there, he said around 6, 7 o'clock ish. So this whole little, what he's telling, this little escapade here lasted until about midday. So this in the daytime they doing all this freaky stuff. You would think the freaky stuff was going on at night. That be a daytime, evening time. Okay. And I do know some of those other ex-workers, they were talking about how Diddy, like after the guy would come or whatever, it's like he didn't let them clean up. He almost wanted to touch it, or it was weird. Like, that's why she probably said, that's okay. Because who's to say what was going to happen after he left with those two? You know, like, ugh.
Whoever's at
Because you
that.
got a girlfriend back home.
Exactly.
And so you've been
And
gone since 3 a.m.
Right, bullseye.
Three-
till
That's
now
five.
12 p.m.
12 p.m. almost, right? And so I run to the car. No, wait. So after I put my shit on, I open the door, and like The Shining, she's standing at the door with a robe on,
right. That one, I had to put viewer discretion.
$5,100 bills. I look down at my peripheral. I didn't actually look down like that. I'm looking at her. I snatched the money. I know what 1,500 feel like. This ain't 1,500. Can we call you again? I said, absolutely. Call me anytime, goddammit. Put that shit
So
in my
how
pocket.
much was it?
5 racks.
That was
$5,100.
$5,000.
$5,100 bills. That's how I bought my first house, man. I saw them a total of 8 times.
Okay,
And
So he originally said they were going to pay him $1,500, but the $1,500 turned into $5,000, and he used that money towards buying his first home. Yeah, and they probably would. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't have trusted that, because baby, I know one soap opera I watched, they used the person's semen and put it into a turkey baster, and the girl inserted it, okay, and got herself pregnant. Now this was a soap opera. But hey, I don't know if that stuff can happen in real life. But you got DNA on you, on the towels, okay, so that they could blackmail you. It's insane, right, Kay? Okay, because he's a man. That's what he said.
Before we get to the few times, because we left at the shotgun in the shower, because the rumor have it is Diddy plays with the finishings, like play like, and he
that's what my agent told me when I got back to the car. I called him like, yo, Vic, you ain't gonna, he a cuck. I'm like, what's that? And he's explaining to me, and he's like, yo, I'm like, dang, that's weird as fuck. You know?
So how does that make you feel, like you netted on her and then he went and like played with it, like, rubbed it all over him? Because then she would take it and rub it all on him and they would do a round.
Hey, that's just, whatever. That's their thing.
Wow.
Okay, for it.
Yeah. So through the 8 times, has he ever asked you to deliver on him?
No.
Right.
But I have heard stories where, like, the guy that put me on, and I didn't believe him until it happened to me. He told me that he used to actually stand there while Diddy was hitting it from the back and smack him on the hips, like, get that shit, nigga. And then he would get frustrated and leave out the room. Cause Gerald, oh fuck. the homie told me about he told me about this, and I'm like, that was one of the ground rules that I said. I told her, I said, look, I don't do meat to meat, no anus, no vagina. I don't want to see a nigga in front of me. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, oh no, it's none of that. He just likes to watch. He's a voyeur. I said, okay, cool.
So you never dapped Diddy up. You never really talked to him.
So Diddy popping guys on the behind. That part. See,
Just told you your dick better stay hard. That was it. And
that was in the beginning.
Exactly,
the first like 4 times. That was the only thing that he ever said to me. Like, well, that he said out loud. That wasn't directed to her. Afterwards, like, I think the last 2 times.
Did he start revealing his face after a point in time?
Yeah, like the 5th or 6th time, he started just to wear the bandana. Like, you could tell that it was, you could tell it was Puff.
Okay, and so did you guys ever run a train on her together?
Nah, I never did that.
So
that's why I said I never even went to a freak. I never even been invited to a freak off, unless you define freak off as what was taking place at the Beverly Hilton, the Mondrian, the Beverly Hills Hotel, all the venues.
So you've been
If
to
you
all the
consider,
spots.
pretty much, yep.
Did it ever seem like she, because I don't know if the time right, but did it ever feel like her mouth was too sore to give you head? Because she testified that she would have sores in her mouth sometimes from doing so many of these
Oh,
different freak offs. Did you ever see any sores?
hell no. I
Did
never
it
saw any
ever seem
stores.
like she had pain from UTIs? Because she claimed that she had a lot of UTIs from the baby oil and these freak offs. Cassie.
I never experienced that. UTIs, like her pussy never stank. I mean, her nanny
Mm.
never stank. It never was I didn't sit there and expect it with the
Did you
flashlight,
ever
but
put it in the back door? The one
oh
that
no,
stink?
oh nah, nah,
Oh, okay. Did
nah,
they
not
ever
one.
ask? Was that like, would you have if there
Nah,
was more money involved or?
nah. They see. Here's the thing. In Hollywood, I had a
Mhm.
lot of success from 21 to 25. I booking everything. But once you start getting a lot of different things, they want you to compromise because if we're gonna put you in this position, you're gonna be exposed to a whole lot. So we want to make sure that we either have something on you or we don't. And me, you
Oh,
can't, you can't, you can't pay for my masculinity. Ain't enough money in the world. You know what I
got
mean?
it.
So I think they always had a filling out process of what guy is willing to do what.
Do what?
Oh,
And you
yeah, I
just
can
didn't
see that.
give, I'm going to go the extra mile.
Now I can see that. I can see that happening because some guys do have certain things they want to do and don't want to do. So that's probably why they also didn't stick with just one guy. And Diddy probably like to see a range of different penises and colors and sizes and things.
Oh no. Oh
Okay.
no.
And so one of the requirements was that every time the guy did have to come, or if you didn't, the money would be different. So they also talked about sometimes some men would get this amount, some men would get less, but even the same guy, his payments weren't the same. So were your payments the same every time, or were
Only
some
only
higher or
time
lower?
I got 3,800 one time and I figured that the nigga just didn't have the cash.
Okay.
And that was at the I don't know if that there's a hotel I think it's on Rodeo Drive. If you're walking down Rodeo, it looks like a storefront. But if you walk
Mhm.
inside, it's a
Well, Ridgeway, Cassie did ask him allegedly, did he have anything? Now I don't know why people think people gonna come out and say if they do or not. He said he was willing, I guess, to pull up his my chart and show her, but they must have asked people if you have anything. He particularly said he doesn't do anything without a condom. So I don't know about some of the others. This is his experience. So I don't know some of the others because it seems like one of them, I think he did. So because even Jane Doe said she wanted to use the condom and he didn't want her to. So it was always a problem. I think out of the times they were doing it with these other men, I think maybe 2 times he was able to use a condom, but he wanted to see it without the condom. So yeah, I don't think all these men use condoms. It couldn't have been a money is tight month, honey. We need to slow down. Hello? No, I need all of my money. You a billionaire. So go run me my money. However, we need to get it. Go get your security. Go get, the rest of it. Or what? Okay. Because if it's five, it's five. You don't get discounts. And I guess they paid him pretty much for that baby oil. He put $40 on because they gave him extra the first time. So that's crazy.
actual hotel. It's probably like 20, 25 rooms. And
Mm.
that place is the only place where I got 3,800. So that
So
was
when you're
that
used
was
to
the
getting 5,000, do you say, nigga, like, where the rest of my money? Or you just say,
my
this is cool.
hell no. Fuck you. What I mean, 'cause you gotta think about it like this. Like I was looking at like, yo, I'm about to be able to put a down payment on a crib. This ain't nothing but a drop in a bucket to him. You know, 5K ain't, but that ain't shit. That ain't, especially when I saw the niggas 800, I'm like, what? I wouldn't even got out of bed for that.
The people in the comments, know Diddy, but they're asking me, does Diddy have a Tootsie Roll?
What does that mean?
Does he have a small penis? And I don't know. They just want me to ask that. I don't know. I know you probably don't want to answer that, but I have to ask.
I mean, it wasn't like outside of his fist.
But dang, that answers the question.
It didn't take two
Okay.
bombs.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna pause there. That answered the question regarding that. Okay. Now, you want to watch more of that interview. I did put Armand Wiggins, his channel, into the comments. Okay. Y'all can watch the remaining part and the beginning part of that live because I didn't want to play his whole video because they did talk about some other things leading up to him being a dancer. How did he get that position to be in the freak off, and then some other things. So make sure y'all subscribe because I'm over there, y'all, every day. Okay, in the evening time, because I love the way he covers like the recap. He does it in order of the day. And he is visual. He gives more descriptions, more questions that were answered. So I love it. And the chat is like hilarious. Okay. So subscribe to his channel. Right, Bullseye. He could just say yeah. Okay. After he said it won't go past the fist. Okay. That answered the question. Okay, that little bit was wild and interesting. Yes. Okay. And also, this dancer's name is Flash. Okay. If you are interested in following him, I will put his IG into the chat as well. Okay, Kay said, excuse me, he's visual. All right. Okay. He really was. This is interesting. It really was. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I was shocked. He is funny and gets to the point. Yes. Okay, I agree with that, sis. I love it. It's pure entertainment. But the way he recaps the trial, this is his niche. To me, this is where he is really doing it up. It has opened other opportunities for him as well because he's been on Nancy Grace. He's been let's see, Nancy Grace, TMZ. He was just on Angela Yee's radio show Friday because he couldn't go to the trial Friday because of that. He was on there almost all day with Angela. And yeah, it's opening up a lot of doors. He had a whole panel on Saturday, a panel of people up there and talking about the trial, which was very interesting to hear some of different people's perspectives on stuff. I was like, wow. So it was a great show. It really was. Okay, just yes, girl. He has to get all the details. But hey, I'm nosy too. Okay, this is the most information we got. Okay, Rebecca, it's in the chat. So this is Flash. This is his IG. And then here is Armand Wiggins. That's his channel. Yeah, because y'all, I think Brahma Lena, I usually see her over there. We're in the chat. The chat goes so fast sometimes, y'all, because he typically, especially around this Diddy trial situation, he has had like 5 digits in the chat. When I say that, I mean like 15K, 20K people. It's up there. On this live that we just reacted to, he has over 100-something thousand views already. Okay, and it's going to continue to go up. While he was on live yesterday during the interview, Flash, this guy here on the screen, said that his cousin had just sent him a message saying that TMZ was talking about him. I don't know what they said. Not talking about him necessarily in a negative way, but that shows that TMZ was watching Armand's live to see that Armand was doing this interview with Flash. So, hey, if you got TMZ watching you, child, hey, yeah, he's handsome. Miss Tisa has been on Nancy Grace too. Yes, she was on there also. Like she's been doing some news shows and things as well. So far, where we leaning on for the trial? Well, y'all, interesting enough, I think the prosecution is almost finished. They have 5 witnesses, so they may actually finish bringing up all of the remaining witnesses by this week or early next week. Then the defense will take over and present their case, like who they have to speak up for Diddy. I don't know who they're going to have. Okay, but y'all, I know that he'll probably get some jail time and he's guilty of some of the charges. A lot of people are still speculating as far as do they have enough evidence for the RICO. So it seems as though they do, but they already had to dismiss a juror. Okay. Juror number 6 was dismissed due to the fact that they said there was some discrepancies as far as where he stayed, who he lived with, that he wasn't really honest about. So they let that juror go and replace. And that juror was a black man that had a charge, served some time, and said that he worked as a correctional officer. And then they let him go and brought on a white man that's a little older, that has a family, the family life. So the defense not feeling it. Okay. They wanted a mistrial because of they were saying this is bias from the prosecution side. But the judge dismissed that. And then the judge has to interview and talk to another juror at the end of the day today. Possibly another juror is going to be dismissed. Okay. Now, if they run out of jurors, that's it. It's a mistrial. Okay. So they got to tread lightly with the rest of these jurors. So I don't know, y'all. And I'm praying that they don't find a little opening for him. That's the thing. They can also appeal, okay, and say that this was, not the right thing that the judge did and all of that. So it's still up in the air for me. I can see him getting some time, but I don't think it's going to be light. I really don't. I think he'll get a little time for some of this stuff. I missed a lot recently. Might have to go back sometime. Yes, definitely, Kay. Okay, so Rebecca said he's already at 112,651 views on that live yesterday. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh, you think he's gonna be for the defense? Who? Al Sure? Which Al? She said that man is fine. Okay. Girl, so we'll see. I'm still keeping up with the court today. Let me see if any recent updates. I mean, that had happened earlier, but then they went to lunch. So right now they're pretty much just showing having summary witnesses kind of talking about text messages that were found and what those messages. Now I know one of those messages between KK, who is the former CEO, and one of the security guard, they were kind of laughing at Diddy on the slide during those text messages. I said, Diddy gonna see his people were talking about him behind the scenes. Tilco, they talked about him. Okay, with all the oil and stuff like that, they were talking about him. That's his own people. They were. If people are seeing this now, his celebrity friends are talking about him as well, especially right now. Bullseye said, yes, that's one, and he keeps his boots on the ground too. Okay. He said all he had on were boots. I was done. Okay. We would never forget that flash. Okay. Yep. So let's see. Yeah, right now they're just showing flights, hotels, how they were paid, like showing records of that. So just little stuff like that, invoices, hotel room. The jury has been dismissed. Let's see. Oh, defense wants to know also, what did the judge tell the jury about why juror number 6 was dismissed? So he said that he would tell the attorneys tomorrow morning. Okay. So they said that, the defense was getting away with a lot of stuff, but they also stated that the judge is now coming back from that and being fair, and they're not liking it. So, and Diddy, if he continues to nod and agree and all of this stuff, then he's going to end up out of there. They're going to make him not come to the trial if he keeps it up, because he's had multiple warnings about doing that. So they are watching him. He cannot make eyes. He can't say stuff, shaking his head and all of that. He can't say that during the trial. Bet they were all paid in cash through the wash money through his business cleanup. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, because that's what he keeps on him. He would keep his little bag and cash, and the security guards were responsible also for holding on to that and getting the cash for him. His assistants would get cash for him. He paid them in nothing but cash. So yes, that is so true. So y'all, that is all for today. If you would like to help me reach my goal, you're welcome to send super stickers, super chats. Also, my Cash App is scrolling on the screen. But for free, you can hit the like button and watch the ads, and those things will be for free. Let's see here. Pull up. Also, y'all, say a prayer for my husband. I was standing on my She Inspires channel for my husband and family. On his mother's side of the family, his uncle passed away today from cancer. And so we got that early call. You know how sometimes you get that early call, and he was in the hospital. And so he was able to see him on FaceTime today. But just pray for his strength. His that was his mom's brother. And so my husband favors him a lot too, to me. But pray for them and the family. But he puts up a strong front. Me and y'all know how men are. They don't really just do a lot when it comes to things like that. But yes, just keep on lifting. But I appreciate each of y'all for being here today. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Also subscribe. And don't forget, thank you, Shelly, to hit the bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you, Bullseye. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you, sis. We do. And look, I needed this today, though, because baby, on She Inspires today, I have to get it together. I'm all on there crying, saying, "Oh, y'all forget." I'm like trying to get it together before I walk into work. So I just needed this laughter as well. I didn't want to do anything sad or anything like that. Also, I shared a short on this channel for the word for today. Okay, so if you haven't seen that, make sure you check out that short today as well. But thank y'all so much for joining. I love you all, and y'all have a blessed day. Until next time, peace out.
Flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.